Ladies and gentlemen, we nearly lost it. It was nearly over. This video series showcasing the worst woke people of all time, the most painful human beings in existence. We nearly lost it. When they went to ban TikTok, I was worried, I was concerned. I thought, how are these people going to express themselves and tell us about their extremely painful existence on this planet? And then seemingly out of nowhere, the ban was overturned. They were back, and this video series remains. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the most painful woke people of all time. Volume like 400. We've been doing this for a while.
I did a brand deal for tampons.
This is Jeffrey Marsh, a TikToker who's received a lot of negative attention for a lot of different reasons. One, because he makes videos targeted at kids and people seem to be against that. Can't imagine why.
I want to talk to the kids. Hi, I don't have a uterus. Stop telling trans people that we're inspirational.
He does brand deals with tampon companies. Now, I don't know if you know much about people who were born male, but there's one place you can put a tampon. And it's not really, it's off-label use is what it is.
This was 2020, and this is me dancing around. That's a major national brand paid me to make this ad for them on social media. And I wanted to say two things about it.
Please do.
I can't wait to hear it. I'm sure you've seen the hate that Dylan's gotten. Please find this video of Dylan's and watch it.
Dylan Mulvaney, the famous, another famous woman, she also did a brand deal with a tampon company. Are these tampon companies, are they like, what are they doing? Like, they have to pay these people. Have they got too much money? Is that the problem here? They're just trying to throw it anywhere. I'll do a tampon fucking brand deal. G'day, ladies. Are you bleeding? Well, guess what? I'm hearing you. So plug yourself up and shut the fuck up. There you go. That's a great brand deal. Check us out. Go to eyes@butterfield.com and grab yourself some fucking pads. You fucking angry bitch. Anyway, back to Jeffrey.
Dylan is an angel, important, intelligent.
Yeah, we get it. You like Dylan. Fuck yeah.
I made the video for two reasons.
You got paid. That's why you made it.
So that women would feel less stigmatized, so that people who menstruate would feel less stigmatized, because two cis men, let's face it.
Ooh, you had a little Freudian slip there. You said, so women would feel less stigmatized. Now, that is the incorrect and politically incorrect way to talk about menstruation, talk about periods. And I'll tell you why. Because not all of the people who bleed from their vaginas are female. Are they, Jeffrey? Can't believe you'd say that. That's so offensive, disgusting, outrageous. You should be cancelled for being transphobic. You should. Ladies and gentlemen, before we go any further in this great video here, let me introduce you to a fantastic sponsor, RetroBet. Now, ladies and gentlemen, not only does RetroBet have the balls to come on and sponsor this channel, which I very much appreciate, they're also a fantastic website. RetroBet are one of the easiest platforms to withdraw money from and make deposits. And you can also play without depositing any money at all. Ladies and gentlemen, use my link down below and they will match you 100% all the way up to $3,000. That is absolutely incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, go and check out the link below, and thank you very much to RetroBet for sponsoring this video. But ladies and gentlemen, gamble responsibly, don't be a dickhead, and gamble within your means. Now, back to the video.
Menstruation is seen as gross, disgusting, a joke, and as someone who does not menstruate.
Menstruation, periods, are disgusting. They are gross. They can be the butt of a joke, just like anything can be. I know some people out there might look at what I just said as outrageous, but I have a lady in my life who goes through this process, my wife, and I will just use her as evidence from what she has said to me. And I quote, "It's fucked. It's disgusting. It's gross." So I'm going to go with that, all right? Some things shouldn't be stigmatized in the sense of, oh, you're a bad person for doing that. Absolutely. You're not a bad person for menstruating, but just fucking keep it away from everybody else. Why would you want to do anything else? Why would you want to do the opposite?
I'm non-binary. I don't menstruate. I wanted to help end that stigma if I could. And I also, you notice I don't do a lot of brand deals. I did this one because I wanted trans people to feel better and not have, trans men who menstruate and non-binary people who menstruate to not feel double stigmatized around menstruation and being trans.
I appreciate what's your fucking name, Jeffrey, said there. Because the correct terminology, just talk about someone who is trans and is actually having a female bodily function, is to call them a trans man. That is the appropriate way to say it. If you just call them a man and say they bleed from their male vagina, then that's ridiculous. But if you say trans man, then that's all cool.
And then the hate came for me. And I want...
Yeah, because you're a fucking... Not even going to say it. You are someone... It's not your product, mate. That's the thing. That's why people are coming for you. It's not your product.
And I want to say something to the ladies of Twitter especially.
Oh.
We should be working together
to
undermine the patriarchy.
Oh, you're undermining the patriarchy by promoting tampons that you've been paid to promote. Okay, Jeffrey.
We are not your enemy. The more you fight for your box...
Interesting choice of words.
The more you are fighting for a hierarchy of one box over the other. We don't want to take womanhood from you. We don't want to tell you what to do. It gives me a lot of emotion to talk about because I am a feminist and I will keep fighting for your rights.
Jeffrey goes on here for some time, including this big inhale, which goes on for about 4 seconds. That was a big one.
It gives me a lot of emotion to talk about. If I could have anything, it would be that people just don't hate themselves as much. And I'll continue to do that.
You're a fucking hero, Jeffrey. You just did a tampon ad. That's all you did, mate. You're not changing the world. Shut the fuck up.
Well, I'll tell you. Okay, the time's 20 to 3, 14:40. I'm arresting you on suspicion of improper use of the Electronic Communications Network.
What?
127 Communications Act, okay? So you do not...
Okay, so this is in the UK, and someone is being arrested for improper use of a communication device. I imagine that's a mobile phone.
That may harm your defence if you don't mention one question, subject to later or in court.
So what are you getting arrested for?
Given evidence. Do you understand that?
So I'm actually being
You're
arrested?
going to be arrested, okay?
Right,
So you
and-
got to the police station.
Right.
Okay, this is in relation to some comments that you've made on a Facebook page. Okay.
Oh, really? Oh, it's a Facebook crime, is it?
Okay.
They better be fucking real bad comments. Like, they better be fucking... Like, obviously, I'm very much a big fan of free speech, but not saying this dude did this, but he better be getting arrested for threatening someone's life or something like that. That's the only time you should ever be arrested, for comments made on a Facebook fucking page.
Right.
So we need to ask you some questions about that.
What did you say, dude?
But I'm going to be arrested for posting on Facebook.
Some comments that are offensive, obscene, and people have made a complaint about that.
Well, that's all he did.
Can you tell me what this comment
Offensive to
was?
who? What the fuck, mate? You can't. How can you be arrested for that? Just because you offend someone doesn't mean you've committed a crime. Okay, someone's delicate sensibilities are not a protected right. That is crazy. And this is one of the reasons that when I'm planning my tours, I've been avoiding the UK, because I'm genuinely concerned that if I tell a joke on stage that may be a social faux pas or someone may see it as offensive, I'm worried that this shit might just happen to me. And I'd prefer to not leave my family just running around the UK while I spend a night in a jail cell because I told an offensive joke or it's offensive to someone. So someone's been offended to the point where they've complained, right? They've complained and the police have turned up and arrested someone. That is fucking crazy. All right? Being arrested for offending someone is the most ridiculous shit of all time. That's authoritarian. That's thought police. People should be able to say whatever the fuck they want. All right? As long as you're not threatening someone and threatening to hurt someone, then fucking go nuts. That's crazy that is law in the UK. Fucking pull your fucking heads in.
Yeah, I am. I'm much happy about having gone through it. And it saves the lives of the kids who actually do go through with the hormone treatment. And they don't actually, what actually happens is they get, What actually ends up happening is when they're that young, usually it'll end up being just hormone blockers, which are completely reversible. Completely reversible if they decide that's not what they want. But the thing is that actually going through puberty is so traumatic for some of these kids.
Okay, so we're arguing here about, or this person's arguing with someone else about trans kids going through hormone replacement therapy.
It made me so detached from my body, and I can't undo that. I can't undo the puberty that my body went through naturally. But you can stop taking. You can stop taking the hormone blockers if you want to. It's okay to do that.
Now, when I looked this up, are hormone blockers completely reversible? Am I a dickhead for not believing some of these people? Like, for not believing some of the articles? Because I've heard a lot of people say, no, they're not reversible. But could they possibly even post that or even put that on their website? New studies prove puberty blockers are not reversible. That's from Binary. So I imagine that's a website that says there's men and women and that's it. So you wouldn't look at that website and you go, okay, this is not influenced by any outside pressure, right? Or they don't have a narrative that they're running with. In saying that, you can't then run with one of the mainstream media articles and saying, hey, they don't have a narrative either, because they both do. So where is the truth here? So this is on puberty blockers, and the claim originally, this is from the NHS in the UK. The effects of the treatment are considered fully reversible, so the treatment can usually be stopped at any time after a discussion between you, your child, and your doctor. The new admission, little is known about the long-term effects of hormone or puberty blockers in children with gender dysphoria. Although the Gender Identity Development Service advises that this is a physically reversible treatment. If stopped, it's not known what the psychological effects may be. It's also not known whether hormone blockers may affect the development of teenage brain or children's bones. Side effects may include hot flushes, fatigue, mood alterations. Now, okay, well, that doesn't sound it might be fully reversible, but it might not. It sounds like a big risk for something that the science is not settled on when you're talking about someone who is a child making these decisions for themselves. Sounds a bit outrageous, don't you think?
It's okay to do that. And these kids actually...
So to scream with such passion that this is the accurate way to describe what can happen if you stop treatment probably isn't the best way to do it. Now, I'd love to know if there's anyone who's an expert in this type of shit. Let us know in the comment section if it is or it isn't fully reversible. Okay, so we've got a girl here with a pink wig.
Do you want to know what the
Holy
best part
dooly, that's a
about
deep
being
voice.
a transgender woman is?
I thought you were just ugly.
It's knowing that you're the hottest girl in the room.
I think you're the hottest girl in the room.
best part.
Sorry, sis girls.
Sorry, sis
Listen,
girls.
mate, you might be a 2 or 3 out of 10, maybe a 5 if there's fucking 30 beers going down. But how do I say this nicely? No.
All cops are bastards.
I bet you've been bullied your entire life.
Every single one of them. If there's 10 people sitting at a table, 2 of them are Nazis. The other 8 don't care that they're Nazis.
What table? What if it's a Jewish table? What if they're all Jews sitting at a table? What if they're underground in New York with some dirty mattress for some strange reason? What if they're all sitting at a table? Are 2 of those people that word?
There's 10 Nazis!
Ah!
If you, as a cop, are not actively fighting
A cop,
and change the reputation that all cops give the system and the people...
You are not blinking enough.
You're also a bad cop. You're a bad cop. The best cop is someone who just chooses not to be a cop.
I don't know if that makes sense, but all right.
Solves issues without fucking calling the police.
Okay.
At all.
Someone storms your house with a fucking sawn-off shotgun. What are you going to do? Who are you going to call? Fucking Jeffrey Marsh and Dylan Mulvaney, the crime-fighting duo. Are they going to come along and save you by swinging tampons through the air? Maybe.
Just don't give up any issue. Do your best to avoid calling the police because they're not going to help.
I don't want to sound like a child here, but shut the fuck up, mate. And shout out to the police officer watching this. Thank you for your service, you fucking dirtbags.
Buying a home as a queer person can feel overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be.
Why as a queer person does it feel overwhelming? Just buy it.
Imagine working with someone who understands your concerns and knows the real estate market inside and out. As a queer real estate agent with years of experience in Tacoma, I'm here to make sure you feel safe, respected, and fully informed throughout the entire process.
You're buying a house. It doesn't change whether or not you're a queer person. Your sexuality has nothing to do with it. Like what? Like, does this... What the fuck?
I'll guide you through each step, from finding LGBTQ plus friendly neighborhoods.
Okay, maybe that's appropriate. Maybe some neighborhoods aren't that friendly. Okay, whatever.
Inclusive financing.
Inclusive financing? Why would a bank give a shit if you got some dude shoot action going on? If you don't know what that is, work it out. Or if you're dressing up as something, or you feel you're something else, who gives a shit? As long as you can make the repayments, they don't give a fuck.
So you can make confident choices without fear of judgment. Imagine finding a home where you feel completely safe and supported throughout the entire process.
That's lovely, but I think this is maybe just a little bit of fucking a niche that didn't need niching.
Whether you're moving to Tacoma or putting down roots here, I'm here to ensure the journey is smooth, welcoming, and stress-free. Because you deserve an agent who understands your goals and respects your identity.
Quick shout out to all the LGBTQIA plus people watching this right now, and there's a lot of you. I guarantee you, all of you do not need someone like this. I think you'll agree with me. Let me know in the comment section.
I am trigender, which means like a triangle, I have 3 genders. Male, female, and non-binary. And the difference between trigender and gender fluid is that I feel all 3 of these genders at the same time, all the time.
How?
It doesn't ever shift or change, or where I feel one gender more strongly than the other, like gender fluid tends to be. Also, I should recognize and accept that a lot of people don't see non-binary as a third gender. They see it as something completely separate from the binary of male and female. But for me, it's like a third gender, or I guess you could call it a third identity.
Maybe that's what this whole thing is. It's all identities, right? Maybe if you didn't use the word gender, it would be fine. Maybe if you just said, this is my identity, this is how I feel a little bit like this. Not scream from the fucking top of the rooftops. There's 5 genders, there's 30 genders. No, you just feel a little bit different. And that's fine. It's okay to feel a little bit different, but just don't try and change everybody else to make you feel better. I think that's what this whole thing comes down to. And to finish the video, for absolutely no reason, this. Let's make whipped cream together.
The cream will come up and it gets a little messy.
Very good. Bye.